Melania Trump visiting immigration facilities in Arizona today, getting a second look at conditions at these centers. The First Lady hoping to encourage family reunifications at these visits. This while the immigration debate heats up in Europe. German Chancellor Angela Merkel warns that the migrant crisis could, quote, be make or break for the European Union. Here now to discuss, David Bitter, Cato Institute immigration policy analyst, back with us, Harmeet, Dhillon. David, let me start with you. It's interesting because it feels like more recently Angela Merkel, perhaps to save her political career, perhaps maybe because she's had some form of an epiphany, backing off a little bit on this sort of open borders thing, now saying, hey, it was a crisis era situation and maybe we need to back off of it. We know Italy has just recently rejected a ship of migrants, and we understand that the feeling across the continent is much more hostile to taking in all of these immigrants.
Well, that's certainly right. This is domestic politics at work in Germany. And it's really strange timing because the number of asylum seekers has fallen dramatically since 2015. In fact, they're back to pre-crisis levels in the early 2000s. So there's really not a impetus from the exterior for this. This is really about politics. And really the way that people are acting, they're acting like Merkel destroyed Germany, when in fact German unemployment is actually lower than the United States. Crime is at near all-time lows in Germany. And so it's really strange situation to see her having to face such challenges, given the fact that actually Germany's doing quite well.
Although, Harmeet, other economies that aren't as robust as Germany's economy is. Let's face it, they benefit mightily from being an export-driven economy with the euro, but the Italys of the world, the Greeces of the world, and all these other countries, they are having a tough time. And I think the overarching feeling is that this was a major mistake. It's time to cut off the spigot. And I wonder what we should look at and what we should learn as a nation as we consider our immigration policies.
Yeah, absolutely. So the problem in Germany is a microcosm of what we have here. They've had a 1.6 million influx of migrants over the last 4 years. And, you know, in terms of their population, that's a huge percentage. And if we don't have firm borders here in America, we could be looking at the same thing. So it isn't just about jobs. It isn't just about the health of the economy. It's about cultural issues. It's about violence from extremism. And it's about neighbor resentment when the spillover
occurs. Well, you're a
occurs.
Republican strategist. Why can't the Republicans get their act together on this? I mean, it's embarrassing what we've seen in the last week.
I can't agree with you more, Charles. I think it is embarrassing that our members go out there and they campaign, particularly for the 8 years of the Obama administration, on changing and on having a firm border. And then it just all falls apart. Part of it's domestic. You know, in California, we have some rural communities where that issue is very live for the reelection of some of them, but some of them have no excuse. It's simply just become popular. I mean, look at Paul Ryan and his lack of leadership on this issue. So I think that both sides bear the blame for not solving this problem for America.
Yeah, well, it's an urgent problem, and and I think Americans really would like to see some resolution. Thank you both very much. Really appreciate it.